Kevin Harvick in front. Tony Stewart running second. He's 5 seconds behind race leader Kevin Harvick. A lot of strategy being discussed between driver, crew chief, and spotter. Kevin Harvick last came to pit road on lap 46. Brad Keselowski, who's running third, had this to say about what they think the strategy is going to be.
Hi, Brad. On the mileage we got in the very first run of the race, we're 3 laps from connected here. Now we got a little work the second run there out here, or the gas more probably, but from the first run's mileage, we only needed 3 laps from connected here. We'll get that with more yellows, right? Yeah, if we get yellows, I'm just filling you in on where we're at. So if we don't get yellows, I'll get it for you.
That is a perfect example of a veteran crew chief working with a veteran driver that have a lot of experience together. They're very matter-of-fact about their strategy. What all that meant was the crew chief has looked at the strategy of how much fuel they used in the first run versus the second run, and he's informing his driver. And you see some smoke here out of the 7. Coming to pit road, though, so that shouldn't put any fluid on the racetrack. What he's explaining to his driver is, I need that fuel mileage we have on the first run. When he says, when Paul Wolfe says we're 3 laps from connecting it, he means we're 3 laps short from running this entire race on 2 more stops. And you heard Brad, well, if we get yellows, we're good. Paul says, well, I don't know if we're going to have yellows. And what's he say? If we don't get yellows, I can do it for you. That's a confident driver, Marty.
Steve, the man right in front of him is Tony Stewart, and it's checked in with Chad Johnson. He said they're doing the same exact plan, trying to stretch this as far as they can, make it in 2 more stops. Chad thinks that Tony will have to pit about lap 85. Same for Carl Edwards behind these guys as well. They're planning on pitting at lap 86. I think that's enough, don't you, Steve, to get them in home in 2 more stops?
Yeah, Marty, I think these guys are going to be able to get there. You know, we've had 7 yellows since the last time they were on pit road. They've probably been working very hard under those yellows to save gas. Plus, these Sprint Cup cars, unlike the Xfinity cars, runs that electric fuel injection. And what that allows is there's some tuning and manipulation you can work in there preparing for these events before you ever get here. And a good driver with a good engine man in the right tune-up can save a little gas on long straightaways like this.
Run it a little leaner, maybe get a little bit more mileage.
Options the driver has in the cockpit.
Let's go into the garage and Dave Burns.
Caught up with Jeff Gordon, who's hopped out of the 24 car. Jeff, describe the accident you tried to avoid there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I was underneath Casey Kane. We were just racing for position, and I saw Boyer get sideways. I don't know what caused it. And me and Casey just were trying to check up to avoid it. I don't know if he got loose or we just both got loose together. And then I just lost control and just got in the wall.
What is the crew working on specifically, Jeff? What's the worst, and can they get you back out there for a few more points? You still have a possibility to make the chase.
Yeah, you know, we're never going to give up. And we got back out there as fast as we could, but the splitter was too torn up on the front and was really creating lift, and the car just didn't have any front downforce, so it was pushing really bad. Probably just going to cut the nose off and put a new nose on and then get back out there.
All right, thanks. Good luck the rest of the afternoon. Jeff Gordon's crew working hard to get that 24 back out, Rick.
Yeah, very disappointing for Jeff Gordon in his final start at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And winning 5 of these Brickyard 400s. This one will not happen today. And you saw the 2 check up from behind, so he was not trying to pass Tony Stewart.
That's right. How do you save the best fuel? Continue to get that drag. Every straightaway. Use less gas. He doesn't want to go in front of the 14. The race isn't over for 81 laps. He wants to get into his fuel window. There are a lot of strategies that have to get played out the correct way, and that's how you do it. You have to take every advantage. Brad Keselowski right here following the 14 on purpose.
And it's so important for the crew chief to relate to the driver what all the numbers are, what the strategy is, because without the driver being part of the plan, and without telling him soon enough, the driver cannot save you fuel. He can't save you 2 laps of fuel in the last 2 laps of a run. He's got to have 20 laps to save you 2 laps of fuel. So you got to include the driver really early so the driver can do the things he needs to do to save the fuel.
The guy out front, Kevin Harvick, has about a 4.5-second lead. Here's what they had to say about saving fuel.
So I keep saying, pass it off. Just been letting off soon enough to not have to use any brake in any corner. I'm definitely backed off, so I just don't know how much I saved.
So all these drivers have understood over the last several years how much importance there is in saving fuel. And so when we go to racetracks today, we'll see drivers going out and running slow laps. And we're like, what are they doing? What they're doing is they're learning how to save fuel. They can go back with electronic fuel injection and look at the fuel readings and figure out how much fuel they saved for the time they gave up. Because ultimately, that's what's matter. You can save a lot of fuel by running 5 seconds slower. But running 5 seconds slower obviously doesn't work for you. You got to find a way to save fuel and run a reasonable pace. So all these drivers spend a tremendous amount of time learning how to do that. So in situations like this, they can execute.
There's Danica Patrick. She's in the 5th position.
Yeah, she's in the 5th position and she's running well. I mean, she's 5th fastest on the board. I've been watching. She's 4th fastest, 5th fastest, 7th fastest. Her lap time is really good. So Danica's having a good run.
Yeah, and she's working that same strategy as Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski. She was last on pit road at lap 46. So this is a couple of different, 3 actually, of the Stewart-Haas teams that have all come up with this strategy. Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, and Danica Patrick in 5th.
And we saw Joe Gibbs Racing have domination over the past few weeks. Now, Stewart-Haas Racing. Take a look at their 4 drivers. 1st, 2nd, 5th, and 23rd for Kurt Busch.
Yeah, Kurt Busch is at 23rd, but he's been running well. He's been right behind the leader of Harvick. They're on their pit strategy. They ended up getting a lap down, but he's been running the same pace as Harvick. So he's got a fast car. It's just the strategy's got him down a lap.
And Kurt Busch had to come to pit road. He actually started the green flag pit stops because he got into the wall on the right side. They had a tire rub on the right rear tire. They had to come down and change the right side tire. So that's why he got a little bit out of cycle with everyone else on